So we're going to start with seated cross-leg position. We're going to bring the right hand down to the floor. We're going to turn the chin towards the left shoulder, and we're going to reach the left arm up. We're going to spin the left shoulder out so the left palm faces to the right. And we're going to try to lengthen the left side of the torso by bringing more weight towards the left hip and trying to make the right hip a bit lighter. Nice big inhale in here, nice slow exhale. And again, inhale and slow exhale. One more inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to bring the left hand on the right knee and we're going to reach the right arm all the way up. We're going to again spin the shoulder out, right palm faces to the left. We're going to try to ground the right hip by gently pressing that left hand towards the left knee, lengthening the right side of the torso. Just 2 more breaths in here. Make sure you're relaxing the right shoulder. All the stretch should be going from the side of the trunk, not from the arm. And we're going to bring the right hand on the left knee. So we're going to cross the right elbow in front of the left one. Inhale, lift the chin up, look up. Exhale, chin in, round your back. Really try to puff the shoulder blades in here. Bring your chin in towards the sternum. More weight in the sit bones. And then inhale, come up all the way up to neutral. Okay, we're going to switch. We're going to switch the cross of the legs first. So the opposite shin in front. Left knee is going down to the floor, right arm is reaching all the way up. And again, we're going to bring more weight towards the right hip, making the left hip a bit lighter. We're going to turn the chin towards the right, adding like extra nerve flow thing into it. Good, then slowly from here, right knee is coming on the left knee again. We're going to reach the left arm up. Gently press with the right hand against the knee. Try to ground it a bit deeper with the left hip as you're stretching the left arm to the right. Slowly from here, left hand goes on the right knee. Cross the arm in front of the right one. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, round your back. Again, feel like you're engaging the belly muscles in, puff the shoulder blades. Feel that exaggerate stretch in the vertebrae, or in between the vertebrae actually. Inhale, lift the chest up. We're going to come back with the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the arm, left arm all the way to the right. Bring more weight towards the left hip. And then slowly from here, bring the left hand to the right knee. Slide the right hand back and find a bit of twist. Nice big inhale here. Spread the collarbones, open your chest. And as you're leaning your torso forward, reach the right arm all the way up. Again, we're going to bring the right arm across. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, this time as you're rounding your back, try to bring your elbows down to the floor. And as you're moving with the arms down to the floor, make sure you're not shifting the entire weight towards the neck and the upper back. Keep the weight in your sit bones. Round your back. Inhale, come up all the way up. We're going to switch the cross of the shins again. And we're going to bring the left hand down to the floor, reaching the right arm up. Nice big inhale in here. Nice slow exhale. And then slowly right hand lands on the left knee. Left hand goes behind, gentle twist. Gentle, which means we're not really going to go into like an extreme overstretch in the shoulders. We're not going to try to roll the belly too far to the left. And we're obviously not going to turn the chin all the way back. We're going to bring the chin just to the side to keep it soft. From here, we're going to lean the torso forward, reach the left arm all the way up. Again, left arm crosses in front of the right one, left hand on the right knee. Inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, round your back, drop the elbows down. Just a couple of breaths in here, really puffing the shoulder blades. Feel like you want to stretch the back of your neck as well. Waist in your hips. From here, inhale, come up all the way up. Reach the hands all the way to the side. Bend the elbows, interlace your fingers. So make sure the elbows are open wide, shoulders are relaxed. Purposely with your thumbs, try to kind of add like an extra lengthening massage into the neck, so you know that the shoulders are going to be relaxing away from the ears. There's lots of space in the neck area. Let's be on the inhale, lift the chin up. Now on the exhale, chin is moving slightly into neutral, so you're trying to get the back of the neck a little bit longer. And then slowly from there, start bringing your right elbow almost towards the mat. If you can bring the elbow down to the floor, that's totally fine. But as you're doing so, make sure that the left hip is heavier than the right one, so you're not bringing too much weight to the right. Engage the belly muscles and inhale to center, exhale to the left. Both sides could be different, so if your left elbow touches the mat and the right couldn't, that's totally fine. That's why we're doing yoga, to get a bit of the same space in the both sides. Inhale, come up to center, exhale again. Let's bring the right elbow down. Let's see how it goes. Inhale, engage the belly muscles and come back to center again. Let's go to the left with the left elbow. Trying to maybe touch the mat, maybe not. Inhale, come up all the way up. One more time, right elbow all the way towards the mat, or at least trying to get to the mat. Now we're gonna add extra stretch into it. We're gonna turn the torso all the way facing down, so the right elbow is gonna come off the floor, and we're gonna roll forward to center. From center, we're gonna bring the torso all the way to the left, and then slowly open the torso up, trying to bring the left elbow down. From here, we're gonna roll again with the torso facing down, more still to the left, then start moving to the center, then shift all the way to the right, and then try to bring the elbow. Slowly come up all the way up, and center. Okay, so let's do one more time. We're gonna start with the left side. The left elbow goes down. Then we're gonna turn neutral, which means the chin goes down, both elbows off the floor. You're gonna try to bring the nose towards the knee, come up to center. Slowly from here, we're gonna shift to the right. We're gonna try to bring the right elbow down, open the left elbow up, and come up all the way up to center. Let's move from the right to the left, final side. I know it's not easy. Inhale, lift the chest up, but it's very beneficial for us, right? Right elbow down. Let's bring the elbows in like an airplane mode, so the chin, it's almost towards the right knee. Then come up through the center to the left, left elbow down, right elbow up, and all the way up to seated. From here, as we in seated, we're gonna just open the hands to the side, press the palms away from each other, so you're flexing the wrist, and then spin the shoulders back, bringing the palms flat to the floor behind your hips, fingers facing forward. Lean your torso back, so you're bringing more weight into the shoulders and into your lower back. Start opening your feet, going to kind of like inverted table variation. So the feet should be wider than your hips, makes it a bit easier. Weight in your fingers, knuckles, and the palms. Don't try to jump too much weight into the wrists. And then make sure that your shoulders are hugging in towards the trunk, so there's no overstretching in your rotator cuff. Inhale, we're gonna lift the hips just maybe inch or two above the floor. So don't try to lift the hips to the table. And then from there, we're gonna start moving your hips and knees forward, trying to lift the heels off the floor and try to maybe bring the knees as far forward as you can, feeling that stretching the quads, lifting your hips maybe a bit higher if you want to engage the glutes. Slowly from here, we're gonna shift back. If you want, you can raise your hips down, lift your hands off the floor for a second, shake up the wrists. Bring the hands down to the floor again. Inhale, lift your hips. Again, we're gonna start moving with those knees a little more forward, hips forward. I know it's a deep stretch in the shoulders, so make sure the weight is in the fingers, engage the glutes, engage the quads. And again, shift back. Swing your hips, lift the hands, shake it off. Last one, hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift your hips. Knees forward, hips forward. Try to not sink into your hips. It's going to make it more difficult for you. So lift the hips up, Keep rolling your knees forward. Keep moving forward until you feel like you're touching your knees towards the mat. So deep stretch in your toes. Start walking your hands closer towards your feet. Round your back. And then from here, shift away into the heels as you're lifting your hips, coming into forward bend. Keep the knees bent in forward bend. As a matter of fact, sink your hips a bit lower. So feel like you're getting into like a bit deeper squat. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, drop the head down, round your upper back. Sink your hips. Again, inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, sink your hips. Round your back. One more. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, sink your hips. Really get your hips lower than your knees. Bring the hands interlace behind your head. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Round your upper back. And then slowly start rolling all the way up to standing. As you're moving to standing right away from here, keep the knees bent, but push them forward. Bring the hips forward. Start opening your elbows wide. Start relaxing your shoulders and feel like you want to stretch the belly up. Now, in here, make sure you're not compressing in the lower back. So the tailbone is tucking under, glutes are engaged, knees are forward. The weight should be in the shins, in the calves, and the heels. So don't try to bring too much weight into your toes. Inhale, inhale, lift the chest a bit higher up. Exhale, elbows in, round your back, puff the shoulder blades. Roll yourself all the way into that deep squat again. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, head goes down. Interlace your hands behind your neck. Again, round your back as you're coming all the way up to standing. Again, knees bent. Shift them forward. Hips forward. Belly lifts up. Nice deep stretch in the belly as you're opening the elbows, relaxing the shoulders down. Hips up forward. Glutes engage. Exhale. Round your back again. Elbows in. Go all the way deep into that squat with the elbows, maybe even towards the ankles. Release the hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. And this time on the exhale, release your hands flat and just step to down facing dog. Open your feet a bit wider in here. Swing the hips from side to side. Again, if your hamstrings are tight, you can keep the knees soft and bend. The weight doesn't need to go into the heels if your hamstrings are still tight, but make sure that the weight is in the ball of each foot, outside of the pinky, and lift the toes. Shoulders are lifting up. Nice big inhale in here. Nice slow exhale. Let's take one more big inhale in here. Now on the exhale, start lifting your heels off the floor, coming up on your toes. Start bringing your chin in, round your upper back. So you're feeling like that upper back is puffing up. From here, slow motion, as slow as you can with control, start shifting your torso forward. Don't try to bring your heels forward. Heels are pushing back, so there's lots of active motion in your ankles. And as you're leaning your torso forward, puffing the shoulder blades, start bringing your hips forward. Start bringing your chest forward. Chin forward, and then purposely exaggerate that chin forward. Start bending your elbows and start lowering your chin down to the floor. Lower your knees down. Nice big inhale in here. Nice slow exhale. If you want to keep the toes tucked under or toes pressing down, when you're pressing your toes down, the weight takes off the knees, it comes into the shins and into your toes. If you're tucking your toes under, the weight may be still in the knees, so choose the variation that works best for you. Let's take an inhale in here and then slowly start sliding your torso forward, go into Cobra. As you go into Cobra, right away, lift the feet, bend the knees, and try to kick those heels towards the glutes so you're really actively engaging your knees off the floor. That's going to give you a bit of back bend here. Lift the chest up. Then from here, we're going to find momentum. We're going to kick the heels back, roll the torso all the way to table. Tuck the toes under, down facing dog. Nice big inhale here in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale. And again, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Let's inhale, lift the heels up again. Rolling way forward to plank. Really puff the shoulder blades. Very slow motion here, so you are giving the spine a little bit of time to kind of warm up, elongate and crunch, and elongate again. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Slowly from here, lower your knees down. If you need to, obviously you can keep the knees off the floor if you want to get more challenge. Knees down, chin down. Inhale, right away into the cobra. Bend your knees, kick the heels towards the glutes. Find the momentum, rolling all the way back to down facing dog. Inhale here in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale. And again, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. One more time, lift the heels up. Round your back, bring your chin in. Roll all the way forward to plank. Really no rush in here. Take your time. Push the heels back. Don't try to bring your heels forward. Even though we're moving forward into that plank with the chin forward, I still want my legs to work a little bit harder than my arms and my hands. So I want to purposely push the heels back. I want to flex my feet, so I'm engaging my thighs, engaging my legs. Even if my legs are engaged, I'm going to bend the elbows, keep the weight back, and just lean your chin forward. Keep the knees off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees down. Either toes tucked under or flat. Inhale, cobra. Bend the knees, kick the heels towards the glutes. Inhale, roll all the way back to down facing dog. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Step, maybe hop if you're ready, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Open your feet, maybe wider than hip distance if you know that your hips are tight, that your hamstrings are tight. Exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, round your back, bring your hands interlaced behind your head. Make sure the elbows are squeezing in, and then slowly roll up all the way up to standing. As soon as you're coming up to standing, bend your knees, push the hips forward, lift the chest. Open your elbows, lift the chin up. Exhale, elbows in. Again, round your back, sink your hips. Get into the deeper squat. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, head goes down. Bring your hands flat on the floor. This time we're gonna try to jump to down facing dog. Make sure that the chin is forward. This is the same action that we're just doing as we go into cobra. Chin forward. Press deeper with the fingers and knuckles down. You're gonna jump back to down facing dog with the knees bent. So don't try to keep your legs straight. As we hopping back, we're getting to like a nice bouncy motion of down dog. Right away from here, lift the hips, rolling weight all the way forward. Knees either off or on the floor. Chin down. Roll all the way to cobra. Kick the heels towards the glutes. Inhale up. Down facing dog. Let's take a big inhale here in down facing dog. Open your mouth. Exhale. With the next inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee, kick that heel towards the glutes. So it's exactly what we're just doing in the cobra. Add a little bit of extra stretch in the spine, so you're feeling like you want to get that cobra in the torso as well. Then on the exhale, round your back, rolling way forward, shift to plank and try to bring that knee forward. Really round your back, and then step the right foot forward. If the foot can step inside the right hand, you can always bring the foot outside of the hand and just tippy toe the foot to the center of the mat. Let's lower the left knee down to the floor, release the left toes, so we're going into like a nice lower lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows. As we're bending the elbows, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. You want to have those elbows a little bit more back, so we, again, looking for a little bit of cobra motion in here. Then on the exhale, let's twist to the right. Now, as we're twisting to the right, you want to make sure that the elbows are still pushing back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, let's twist to the right again. This time, as we're twisting to the right, we're gonna bring the left elbow outside of the right knee. Then we're gonna try to lower the left elbow down to the floor to the inside of the right foot. And then we're gonna come back to center with the elbows lifting up. From here, we're gonna start twisting the torso to the left, trying to bring the right elbow inside the right knee. From here, inhale, we're gonna come up all the way up to twist. Try to maybe open the chest a little bit more. From here, we're gonna bring the left elbow a little bit lower, right elbow a little bit higher up. Circle all the way up to a nice deep back bend. From here, round your back, hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee off the floor. Step back to down facing dog. Inhale, in down dog. Exhale, rolling way forward to plank. From plank, chin down, knees down off the floor, all the way into cobra. Bend the elbows, kick the heels towards the glutes. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, guys. Lift the chest up, all the way to down facing dog. Nice big inhale here in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale. And again, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Let's from here lift the left leg. Again, remember, this is not a hip opener, so the left leg is straight, the hips are square. We're gonna bend the left knee. We're gonna try to kick the heel towards the glute. We're gonna maybe stretch the belly a bit, just like we did in Cobra. Then on the exhale, round your back, rolling way forward, knee forward. Step the foot forward, lower the right knee down to the floor, facing the toes down. Makes it easier on the knee. Inhale, lift the chest up. Bend the elbows. Again, we're gonna relax the shoulders down. We're gonna scoop the elbows back, lift the chest up, and then on the exhale, we're gonna twist to the left. Nice big inhale here. Nice slow exhale. Inhale, come up to center. Lift the chest up, 8 foot of back bend. Exhale all the way to the right. Now take a nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, we're gonna try to lower the left elbow down. Keep the right elbow lifted. Then move through the center, both elbows up. Then the right elbow goes down. Then from here, we're gonna roll all the way up into the twist on the left. We're gonna lower the left elbow, lift the right elbow a little bit higher up. From here, we're gonna roll all the way to the back bend, open the chest. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee off the floor. Step back to down facing dog. Inhale, in down dog. Exhale, rolling way forward to plank. Again, if you need to, use your knees. Otherwise, chin goes down to the floor first. Maybe knees down, maybe up, all the way into cobra. Bend your knees, kick the heels towards the glutes. Really try to engage in here so the lower back muscles are working pretty hard in here. And then roll all the way to down facing dog. Nice big inhale in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale. And again, inhale in down dog. On the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, either step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, sink your hips, drop the head down, hands interlace behind the head. Elbows are in. Roll all the way up to standing. Right away, bend your knees. Shift the hips forward. Open your elbows, lift the chest up. Let's take a little bit more challenging approach here. We're gonna bring our way into the toes, lift the heels off the floor, bend your knees a little bit more, sink into the shins and the calves, lengthen the chest a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, round your back, come back on your heels, bend your knees, deep squat. Try to lower your hips a little bit more. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Exhale, hands flat. Inhale, lengthen your chest, extra breath in here. On the exhale, hop back to down facing dog. Let's stay in down dog for a second, but keep the knees bent, push the hips back, and then slow motion from here, start spinning your knees to the right. So the knees are bent, moving to the right, hips to the left. Look forward, so look maybe between your thumbs or even head to the top of the mat. Keep the elbows bent, so start rolling the elbows down. Don't try to get the chicken wings here. And then slowly start rolling to almost like a side plank. And then you come up, you're gonna go into the center. Chin doesn't touch the floor, but it is kind of similar to what we were doing, getting into cobra. Then knees to the left, hips to the right. Try to come up all the way up to down facing dog. That's a tough one. But it's very good on working all those spinal muscles. So we're gonna do it again, going to the other side. So the knees are moving to the left, hips are to the right. Really use those side muscles of your trunk. And then slowly from here, start bending your elbows, no chicken wings. Elbows hugging in. All the way through the right, to the center, to the left side. Try to come up all the way up to down facing dog with the knees bent. Then readjust your feet. Nice deep inhale and exhale in full traditional down dog with the arms straight. Maybe legs fully straight, maybe not. Make sure you're not locking your knees in here. Let's walk the feet closer towards each other. On the inhale, let's lift the right leg. Again, bend the knee, don't open the hip. Exhale, knee to the nose, rolling way forward, step the foot forward. This time we're gonna spin the back heel flat and come up all the way up to warrior one. Inhale. Nice big inhale here in warrior one. We're gonna interlace the hands behind the back. Lift the chest up, chin up. Nice big inhale. Slowly on the exhale, we're gonna open to the left. So it's kind of like a warrior two. From here, left elbow goes a little bit back, right elbow is coming up. A little bit kind of like a revolve warrior here. Start sinking into your right hip. And then slowly from here, start rolling your torso towards the left leg. From that, all the way to the top, to the left edge of the mat. So the crown of your head wants to go down to the floor. And we're gonna roll all the way forward to the top. We're gonna come up all the way with the torso, align with the front leg. Elbows are open and wide. From here, left elbow is starting to point down, right elbow is pointing up. We're gonna try to come up into the twist, keeping the back heel on the floor. Not easy. Come back to center, lift the chest up. On the exhale, twist. Left elbow forward, all the way, maybe down to the floor. Right elbow, maybe all the way down. Open them wide as you're rolling to the left, all the way towards the back leg. Coming through that revolve warrior, all the way to warrior two. Bringing it to warrior one. Hands down to the floor. Spin the back foot on the toes. Down facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale, rolling way forward. Knees down or up. Chin to the floor. All the way to cobra. This time, if you want, if you feel like the kicking of the knees it's not your favorite, you can obviously come up all the way to upward dog, then round your back, foot table to down facing dog. Let's take a nice big inhale here in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale it out. You bring some cooling effect. And again, inhale. And open your mouth, exhale. From here, let's lift the left leg. Bend the left knee. Try to get that heel towards the glute. And then round your back, rolling way forward, stepping the left foot forward, spinning the back heel flat. Inhale, we're gonna come up to warrior one with the hands interlaced behind the head. Elbows open wide, nice big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna roll to warrior two. And then from here, we're gonna go into that revolve warrior with the right elbow down, left elbow up. Let's sink a little bit deeper towards the front hip. Slowly from here, look towards your back foot, makes it a bit easier. And then start lowering your torso, almost like a forward bend, circling your head all the way forward, bringing the left elbow almost touching towards the mat. Then lift the elbows all the way up, aligning your torso with your front leg, with your front thigh. Inhale all the way up as you're lifting your left elbow, right elbow forward, coming into twist. Nice big inhale here in twist. Keep the back foot on the floor. And then from twist, right elbow wants to touch down to the floor. Both elbows up. Left elbow down. Circle all the way to the right side of the mat. Coming back, all the way back into that revolve warrior with the elbows open. From here all the way to warrior two. From warrior two to warrior one. And from there, hands down to the floor. Spin the back foot on the toes. Step back to down facing dog. Let's take a big inhale here in down dog. Open your mouth, exhale. And again, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale. Start spinning your knees to the right, hips to the left. Start leaning your torso. Make sure your knees are bent, hips are lowering. Your trunk muscles are really working you hard in here as you're spinning all the way through the center with the knees to the left, hips to the right. Slowly start finding that way to down facing dog. Open your feet wider than hip distance. Drop the head down, swing the hips from side to side. Inhale, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Come up on the fingertips, lengthen your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, drop the head down. Sink your hips, round your back again. Hands interlaced behind the head. Elbows in. Try to sink your hips a little bit lower. And then roll your spine all the way up to standing. Again, finding those hips, those knees forward. Lift the chest up. Open the elbows. And then again, try to exaggerate the back bend with hips moving forward. Weight in the toes, heels off the floor. Exhale, round your back. Roll all the way down into that deep squat. Nice big inhale in here in this squat. Try to lower your hips a bit lower. So make sure that they are below the knees this time. We already warm up those hips, so this should be a bit easier. I know the legs can be burning because it's not the most restorative pose. Hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. We almost done. Final sequence. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, hands flat on the floor. Hop back to down facing dog. Let's take a nice big inhale here in down dog. Push the hips back. Now we're gonna start with a bit of more advanced variation here. So we're gonna actually start spinning those knees to the left again. We're gonna start bringing the hips to the right. We're gonna lean the torso forward. We're gonna start bending the right elbow and try to lower the hip towards that right elbow. We're gonna really engage the stomach muscles in here. We're gonna engage the glutes and either stay here and then just from there just transition to cobra, or this is the fancy stuff. Lift the left leg, circle all the way around, step the left leg back. From here, bend the knee, sink the hip. Then try to straighten the right leg, flipping the left foot, stepping it forward into crescent. Inhale here in crescent. So we all end up in crescent from any variation you decide to go with. Hands again interlaced behind the neck. Make sure that the head is pressing towards the palms, not palms pressing the head forward. That's a essential part of stretching the spine, as the neck is part of the spine as well. Inhale, lift the chest up. On the exhale, start turning your torso to the right. So we're going to start with the crescent with rotation to the side. Inhale in here. On the exhale, let's try to bring the left elbow, not just to inside of the left knee, but all the way down towards the floor. Nice big inhale in here. Nice slow exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Lift the left elbow. Ooh, balance here is tricky. Open your elbows wider. Lift the chest forward. And then from here, right elbow wants to go down to the floor, finding a bit of twist, lifting the left elbow up. Make sure that the back leg is really active. You're pushing your hips back. You're leaning your torso forward. Nice big inhale in here. Then on the exhale, let's bring the torso to the center, both elbows down to the floor. And we're gonna round the back in here. Let's stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actively engage your glutes here. Lift both elbows off the floor. Come up all the way up into nice open crescent. Then on the exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to down facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale, roll forward. This time, lower your knees down to the floor. Bring your chin down, so it's kind of like a puppy position. And then from here, either slide all the way to cobra and upward dog, or press the toes down. Start tucking your tailbone under. Start rolling from the lower back, through the middle back to the upper back. So tailbone tucks under, start rolling all the way up. Rounded, 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 like a nice rounded table. Then shift the hips forward. Start rolling your spine into the upward dog. Then chin in, round your back, puff the shoulder blades, and roll all the way back to down facing. Nice big inhale here in down facing dog. Nice slow exhale. Okay, let's get into the other side. Inhale. Let's bend the knees. Spin the knees to the right, hips to the left. Start shifting forward. Bend the left elbow, bring that left hip on that left elbow. Look forward. Engage the stomach muscles in, so don't bring all the way into the wrist, into the hip. Lift the right leg. Spin the right leg all the way back. Place the right foot on your toes. This is the flip dog. Maybe swing the hips down. Maybe straighten the leg. Spin all the way around the right foot so you can step it forward into crescent. Inhale, reach the arms up. Clasp the elbows behind the neck. Inhale, lift the chest up and open to the left. Nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, right elbow is lowering down to the inside of the right knee, or maybe even next to the right foot. Keep the left foot. The left foot wants to spin flat, so make sure that the toes are still facing forward. If you notice that your left ankle is rolling to the inside, readjust it. Make sure that the foot is in neutral position here. Slowly from here, let's lift the right elbow. Come back to neutral position of the torso, aligning with the front thigh. Elongate your torso forward. Exhale, left elbow down. As the left elbow goes down, right elbow opens up. Slowly from here, let's lower right elbow to the floor as well. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. 5 to be exact. Keep engaging your glutes. Keep working the left leg. Now squeeze your glutes in. Lift both elbows off the floor. Come up all the way up to the crescent. Lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands down to the floor. Step back to down facing dog. Nice big inhale here in down dog. Great job, everybody. If you got in here, open your mouth. Exhale. Roll your spine forward. Final rolling cobra. Lower your knees down, lower your chin down. Nice big inhale in here. On the exhale, round your back. Roll all the way up to table, to upward dog, to cobra, to child's pose. Let's take a nice big inhale in child's pose. Fill up your chest, fill up your diaphragm, and then open your mouth, exhale everything out. One more inhale. Tuck your toes under. If they're not tucked yet, then on the exhale, round your back, lift your knees off the floor, and roll yourself all the way up to down facing dog. Big inhale in down dog. On the exhale, look forward and try to hop your feet. But if you're hopping your feet, step them or hop them outside of your hands. So you're landing your feet a little bit wider than your hands and obviously than your hips. Let's take a big inhale, lengthen your chest forward. On the exhale, start sinking your hips, round your back, drop the head down, bring the hands interlaced behind your head. And again, final deep squat this time. Try to go to like a full malasana in here with the head really dropping down, back of the neck long, upper back muscles are stretch, middle back stretch, lower back obviously stretch as well. Just a couple of breaths in here. Slowly from there, bring your hands to Samastitihi. Lift the chest up. So you're going in opposite direction with the spine. You're going to relax the shoulders. You're going to stretch the lower back. You're going to sink the tailbone, rooting the tailbone towards the mat, but you're going to engage the belly muscles and lift the chest up, going to almost like an upward dog motion here. Just a couple more breaths. Slowly from here, let's lower the sit bones as lightly as you can down to the floor. Slide the feet a little bit more forward. Keep them a little bit wider, so don't adjust them to be too close. Round your back and roll all the way down to the floor. As soon as you're rolling down, relax your hands by your side, palms facing down, lift your hips, bridge pose. Try to lift your hips as high as feels comfortable in here. Relax the shoulders down. Pay attention to the back of your neck. We really like to contract the shoulders towards the ears, so make sure that you're not getting too close. Nice big inhale in here, and then slowly start sliding your hands all the way above your head. So final, kind of like a stretch in here. Start walking your feet to the right, both of them. It's very weird variation, but we just want to add extra stretch into the hips, into the side muscles. Nice big inhale here. On the exhale, tippy-toe your feet to the center. Inhale in bridge. Exhale, legs are walking to the left. See how far you can go with this, with those legs going to the side. Keep the hips lifted. Don't try to relax your hips down. And then slowly come back to the center on the inhale. Final breath in here. Then with the exhale, vertebra by vertebra, start lowering your spine down to the floor. As your hips are sinking down, lift the feet, bring your knees to the chest, gently rock from side to side. Then flex your feet and straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. Really feel like you're engaging from the heels. Now keep the lower back pressing down. Keep the chin down. And then either hands above the head, or if you have any lower back issues, you can bring your hands behind you, underneath your lower back. Slowly start lowering your legs down. You can squeeze your inner thighs in if it makes it easier, but make sure that you're not repositioning your pelvis. You're not lifting your lower back. You're not arching in your lower back. You're actually pressing it down. Lower your feet down. As soon as feet hit the floor, open them wider. Shake up the hips. Spin the toes out. Let's take a big inhale in here. Big, through the chest, through the diaphragm, all the way to your lower abdomen. Then open your mouth and sigh everything out. One more time, inhale. All the way down to your belly button. Then open your mouth, exhale everything out. Readjust yourself to Javasana, hands either by your side, or if you want, you can keep them above your head.